I'm Tony Coccagna, and welcome to the Coach Tom McConnell Show. I'm here with IEP women's basketball coach Tom McConnell. His team is 25-2 and won the PSAC West with a 20-2 record. Coach, what can you say about your team up to this point with all that they've accomplished?
Well, it's a great group to coach, Tony. They're just work hard. They're very obviously talented, but they're just more than that. They're just really committed to growing and getting better. And I think the greatest thing about this team is that they play for each other, and they do a great job on the offensive end of sharing the ball, making the extra pass. And you know, when you have that mindset of being unselfish and making each other better, you know, good things, you know, tend to happen. And this group is just, you know, really done that. So, and to go through the PSAC, West and East, as good as it is, and to, you know, come out with the #1 seed, I think is something to be very proud of, and you know, something that we can continue to just build on. You know, we've had a lot of close games, and you know, we can, as we move forward here, take those close games, learn from them, build on them, and you know, hopefully, you know, catapult us into, you know, finishing strong as March approaches.
Wednesday night, I thought it was a special night. It's senior night. Edinboro's in town. The division title's on the line. Whoever wins that game is going to win the division. The game's hanging in the balance, and I know I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm thinking, maybe it's just not their night. And then all of a sudden, end of the third quarter, you get a little bit of a spark, and then the fourth quarter, Edinboro ties the game, but then you guys made your last 9 shots. It was really something to see, wasn't it?
It was, and I once again, I give our players a lot of credit, because I didn't think it was bad offense. I thought it was 2 good teams that were making it difficult for the other one to score. And we just tried to, each time out, just keep encouraging our players to just keep playing. We got a run in us, it's coming. Just keep, you know, shooting. If you got a good look, take it, knock it down. And man, after, you know, at one point it was just, you know, Carolyn driving the ball, scoring, Carolyn hitting a 3. I thought that play, Lauren got the steal right before the end of the third quarter, found Carolyn, hit a 3, and gave us a lead. And then, you know, it was Megan with big shots, a couple pull-up jumpers, Lauren getting to the rim, scoring. Carolyn just, you know, I thought was fearless and just not made some big plays. So it was great to see. I thought it was a great night, because it's a lot for our players, you know, to take on. It's senior night, and ESPN3 is in town, and you know, you're playing Edinboro for the regular season championship. So, you know, I'm sure some nerves were involved, but I thought our players just handled it beautifully and continued to play. And you know, we try to keep them loose, and we really want to celebrate our seniors. You know, we always say we recognize them that night and we celebrate them in our banquet, but with everything that was going on, just try to keep them loose. On the locker room before the game, we put up on the screen, you know, knowing that ESPN3 was in town, and just we put up a picture of Zookie's Sports Bar and Grill, 5 minutes from Hallie Denman's house, and said, "Hallie, it's packed right now. They're all coming out to see you." You know, and then we flashed a picture of the Blaine Hotel and said, "Megan, all 100 people in Blaine, PA are coming to the game. But they have to leave by 7. They're hoping the game's over because the place closes at 7 in Blaine." And then we put up a picture of the Coney for Audrey and said, "Everybody's at the Coney watching." Just try to make it fun and kind of keep them loose a little bit. And but it was a special night, really, you know, and I thought all 3 of those players played really well and contributed in the win.
I thought it was funny, after the game, we'd done our post-game interview, and you said to me, "We're going to have a lot to talk about on Monday." And I'm thinking, "Coach, you got a game coming up on Saturday." You know, in the moment, you just kind of forgot about it. But then, true to form, you come out Saturday at Seton Hill. Tough place to play, good team, and just took care of business.
Really good team. We got off to a great start there, and you know, they came roaring back and, you know, took the lead in the third quarter, because they're a really good scoring team. They average 78 points a game, And as you mentioned, we end up giving 71 up for the game. It's probably the second time this year I think we've given up over 70 points. And so I just, as we talked about, Tony, we did something in that game that I don't think we've done all year. We went 4 guards and 1 forward in Megan Smith, just to try to generate some more scoring and try to shut down their guards as well. And because I can't remember a time we haven't had Moore or Britt on the floor. But I thought our players just handled it beautifully. I mean, just made shots. And once again, third quarter, we had a great stretch where we hit 4 threes in a row. And, Audrey was a big part of that, hit a couple threes. Megan, Lauren, we're just playing unselfish and really sharing the ball. We got some good drives. And we always say we want to play inside, out. So we attack the basket and then kick it out. And, so it was, I thought, a very great sign that we were able to take a lead, handle their onslaught, and then gain our composure and then, finish it out the way we did.
Yeah, the third quarter, it's been big for you defensively. You've shut teams down in the third quarter, held them to single digits. Well, you couldn't do that Saturday. They scored 23, but you scored 30.
Yeah, we had to, every game's different. Takes on a life of its own. And, as we said, they can really score the basketball, and we found it difficult to, shut them down. And so they're one of the teams. We play the winner Wednesday night of Gannon and Seton Hill. And so if it should be Seton Hill, hopefully we've learned from that some of the things that we allowed them to score 23 third quarter points, and we can, limit their production if it should be them that we play.
Well, I was just going to ask you about that. The playoffs do start tonight, but you have the bye, and you get the Seton Hill Gannon winner. That game's at Seton Hill tonight. Seton Hill, obviously a good offensive basketball team. How about those two teams and what they bring, Seton Hill and Gannon?
Both very good teams, very capable. Both have had really good years. For Seton Hill, Jenna Kaufman is an all-conference player, and she, is surrounded by some really good shooters, so they're dangerous. Maggie Mitchell, another for Gannon, is an all-conference player, and they just are the same thing. They can really shoot the ball as well. So in both cases, different systems, but they both have great shooters who you really have to guard the three-point line and run them off it and, not let them get their feet set. So like today when we come to practice, we don't know who our opponent will be. So we'll just focus on us today and get better at some of the things we need to get better at. And then tomorrow Tuesday we'll address who our opponent is and start to put together a game plan and work on the scouting report.
So if you win Wednesday, the top seed remaining in the PSAC West hosts the Final Four. If you win, that's you. That's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, I try not to even go there because it's too far down the road. Just want to keep our focus on, right now and, getting better this time of year. And just looking forward to getting in the gym today and just, working with our players and, just trying to stay in the moment and, really focus on, the things that we can control right now. There's an expression, be where your feet are, be where your feet are, just right here, right now, focus on, what you control, what's going on. Don't look too far ahead. Don't look back. Let's take the things that we can learn from and grow from and, get better at that. And, if we do that, then we give ourselves a chance.
I'm going to ask you to look ahead a little bit once more. You're second in the region right now. You just beat 3 of the region's top 8. If you can win the conference championship, you'll probably at least have to beat 1 more of the top teams in the conference. So if you can do that, if you can win the conference, do you think that sets you up to be able to host?
We don't know. We don't know. I just, if we're that fortunate to do it, it would be a great thing for our players, our program, our community. We would love that. But our focus right now is, coming in the gym today and getting Carolyn better, and Hallie, and, Lauren, Megan, Brittany, Kendall, Lexi, Maura, Audrey. That's our focus right now, just getting us to play good basketball. Who and where, in the weeks ahead, we'll kind of, face that, or, when that comes. But, obviously that would be a great thing. And, I think would be a worthy goal, for our players to, try to be one of the top teams in the region and have the opportunity to, bring the NCAA tournament, and just be nice to have Virginia Union come to Indiana, PA.
Right.
So
when the time the KCAC has been here, there hasn't been there's been a conference tournament, but not a regional tournament. So that would be it'd be interesting to see how many people would come out. And
I can't think of a better place to play and to, community to host. It would be great.
And your team plays very well at home. They play very well everywhere, but especially at home. You haven't lost at home this year.
Yeah, it's a great place to play. We're very fortunate. We got great fans, that just really follow our team and are really into it. And, we had a great contingent come over to Seton Hill, and so they travel, and, they're with us. And I hope they know how much that's appreciated, and how much, we love that, to see them and hear them. That's important, really important. So we want to keep that going.
I've noticed over the years that I've covered women's basketball, and it's been close to 30 years now, the fans for women's basketball are more intense than they are for men's basketball. Do you know why that is?
I don't. I don't. Do you? Are you asking me? You can tell me.
I'm not sure. But they're very vocal, and they're just always behind the team.
Yeah.
Wherever you go.
Yeah.
Whether it's Shippensburg fans or IUP fans or whoever it is.
Yeah. I think I can only speak to here, and I think one of the things that happens is they get fans and they get to know each other. We're a type of program and a community that they get to see. This is not number 24. That's not number 5 or 42. That's Carolyn. That's Lauren. I know her. I've been with her, in this setting or that setting, and there's a connection that is made, and it becomes very personal, and it's very special, when that happens. So we're very fortunate that we have that, and I love that we're able to experience. Our players are able to experience that kind of support here at IUP.
The regular season's over. Everybody at this point is a little bit banged up. How are you health-wise?
We have our, typical, things that, players are dealing with. But, for the most part, we are healthy. And, I just think Frank and, Spencer and Hannah and his staff do a great job. And, keeping our players, they're really diligent and smart about it, and getting the proper amount of rest, or holding this person out of a practice, one day and let them heal. So we're very fortunate to have the wisdom and all the experience that Frank has. And so at this point, we're healthy as we begin play Wednesday night.
I thought it was interesting too, something I saw Frank Trenny do in the past. If you're if you're on a road trip where the game is a fair distance away, like say Erie, 90 minutes before that game, he's walking back through the bus making sure everybody's awake, because he says you need 90 minutes to get everything together.
Right.
So they really take care of you.
Yeah, they really do. And it's the little things like that, and it's the experience that he has over the years to, that maybe somebody else wouldn't think of or see, that really, helps your players. Because, that's a big part of it, Tony. You train physically, what you do on the court every day preparing. You train, by watching film and studying yourselves and your opponent. That's a big part of it and everything. But a big part of it is the rest, the nutrition, the training, that goes on away from the court to help everybody be at their best. And so, we're very fortunate at IUP to, one, have committed players who really, do a good job with that. But then, Frank and his staff really, looking after our players.
All right, Coach. Playoffs Wednesday. Good luck with that. And we'll see you then and the rest of the postseason, too. And thanks for joining us, and have a good one.
Okay. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it.